Welcome to One Bounce Swish
Hey,
Podcast.
here we go.
Welcome back,
We got
Chris.
a good one today. Yeah, it's good to be back.
Chris stepped away on our last one, but that's okay. Virginia did a great job as co-host.
That's what I understand.
So they missed you.
Yeah.
We missed you.
Of course.
So this is a big deal. I mean, we have got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yes, we do.
This evening, today, however we're supposed to say it.
It was a great day to wake up a Hoosier.
Was it not?
Yeah.
Hoosiers. I love it when Signetti does that. He gets everybody riled up. National champions. National champions. Number one. It's like
Undefeated.
16-0.
And we got a great show.
I'm almost about ready to
I used
cry.
to say 15-0 and 1 to go, and now it's 16-0. We got a great show.
Hey,
Yeah.
there we go. I like that. My brother says he hasn't stopped crying.
Amen. I cried a lot of tears today.
You know, he just wishes Dad would be around. He probably knows, I'd say. He knows what's going on. But anyway.
Anyway, let's get on with it.
Big night last night. Wow. It's like they're lucky. This is going to end. You know, it's like, who do we play next? You know, it's like, bring it. But you don't go there. You really don't. Let's just go back to Bloomington and enjoy the victory.
Right.
Man.
Next.
Yeah. And Nick, that place was packed.
It's still
Kirkwood.
packed.
Have you ever been to Kirkwood
Is that
Avenue
where,
in
I
Bloomington?
believe we went to the square. Is it near the square?
It's east of the square, a side street.
Well, we ended up there one weekend. I think it was around Halloween weekend. We didn't realize how big of a deal it was down there, and it was pretty packed.
It was incredible. The side streets, here's Kirkwood, and even the side streets off of Kirkwood it was just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's game was as big as the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it really was.
It
Pat
was-
McAfee was loyal.
Yeah,
He's
big
been
time.
loyal all season.
He always
You know,
is.
Like I said, we could talk all night long.
Right.
It was Indiana's Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was, exactly. That's a great way to put it. Welcome back, everybody. Even our listeners, right?
Great to be back.
Yeah, it is. Wow. We got to talk about our sponsors, I guess. Domino's Pizza.
Yeah, because Rachel, if you can't tell, Chris is eating well.
That's
good. Good.
Our friends over on East National Highway and Media Pro Productions out of Louisville, Kentucky.
They keep us going.
Yeah, they do.
On the air.
All the technical media support that's Ellen and Breland, our daughter and son-in-law. Also Putters Bay Miniature Golf, and now Dig at the Bay and RC Raceway and crawler action.
Right.
We're going to have a big change this spring. We're in
Outdoor track.
Outdoor track, outdoor crawler area, remote control, just going to have some fun. We do it indoors now on the weekends. And then if it's nice, people go out and they use the big rocks, the boulders, whatever, out the golf course. Also want to give a shout out to Classic Custom Carts. Rachel, you got some big news there this week, don't you?
Yeah, they're awesome.
You want to tell us about it?
Well, I went in. It was a super easy process, and they were super nice and friendly, and it just, within 30 minutes, I was out the door with a nice golf cart.
Bingo.
Golf cart, isn't
Yep.
that awesome?
Bingo.
And I got a
That
shirt
is-
for free.
Right on.
A free shirt. That
Hey,
was
there you
really
go.
cool. And they're really nice, too. So
Yeah, they are. Melissa did a great job on all the
I'm definitely a fan.
merch. Is it called merch now? I guess is
Merch.
the word.
You're like,
Okay. You know, this is our favorite segment.
Here we go. I told you to get ready for this.
We need an applause button or light or an,
Well, we definitely need an applause button because we need a cue for this. There's got to be a cue because you won't get it at first, but then you'll know.
Right.
now,
You're supposed
did you realize that the IU, they welcome back the bison,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know the unique feature about the bison? Whenever a storm comes, it turns and it faces it.
Amen.
Is that incredible?
That's cool.
Never knew that.
Can you imagine God placing that in the bison? You know, usually
Yeah.
kind of turn around and hide your back, and not the bison. It turns and it faces right into the storm.
Right on.
What a great thing, mascot for IU to have.
Yeah.
Anyway, when the Buffalo's son went to college, you know what he said?
What do you say?
Bison.
Good job.
Of course he did.
Good job, Rachel. Here, I keep this close to your mouth. We want to hear you. You're good. You can pull it wherever you want it.
I got a new pen,
I'm getting
too.
comfortable now. Okay.
I need to talk about my new pen.
Okay, here we go.
It can ride underwater.
Really?
Yeah, and it can ride a lot of other things, too. Aren't those great?
Your kids are really proud, aren't
They
they?
are. We have such a great time.
It was Allie's idea for us to do this.
Oh.
It was Alex's idea. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Have you seen that Titanic next to you? I got to bring the Titanic into it.
I see.
How many pieces is that?
Almost 10,000.
Almost 10,000. The kids built it in a weekend to try to make us look better.
A distraction?
Right?
No. Okay. Our guest today. Rachel, thanks for being patient with us.
You're welcome.
That was quite the intro, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We have Rachel Burton, and Corey, her husband, is with her here in the studio. And he's going to join us one of these days.
Amen.
As well. So,
It'll be good.
yeah. You know, everybody has a story. Rachel, want to welcome you. Thank you. Thanks for coming to share your story, to share your heart. Whatever you want to talk about, maybe who you are now, as far as, well, I guess we introduced you as Rachel Burton, but what you're doing now, where you work.
What's on your heart today? Let us know. Brandy's going to be so proud of you.
I know. She can't wait to listen and watch.
Real quick, we prayed for Brandy that when she comes back to do a follow-up, that she will be blessed in the womb.
Yeah.
And how far along is she now?
She's
She's-
getting there.
she's
She's more
about
than
due.
halfway.
Yeah,
So
she's
due.
really close to,
Yep.
isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That, you know, it's just been through a lot, and she sat here with her pop, and
Her best friend.
yeah, and
They're
Pop-Pop sends
besties.
me a message every morning.
He does me too. At
Amen. You're on
4:30
this too.
4:30 a.m. I
Yep.
get one every day.
And I know when I forget to turn my phone off because ding.
not dinging.
Yeah. I was like, that Al got me again.
we're talking about everybody but you.
That's okay.
I apologize.
That's
We need to
okay.
get back. Rachel, what are you doing? Where do you work?
Well, thank you for having me here.
You're welcome.
I'm a little nervous, but we'll
That's
get
okay.
through this. So,
Yes, absolutely.
I work at Stoneworks in Montgomery, Indiana. I work in the office. I do all the quoting and scheduling and just different types of things. So,
That's a heavy job.
it has its moments, but it's a good opportunity for sure.
Yeah.
We work in the Amish community, and we have a lot of close friends there, and we're home there, so it makes a difference.
It does.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Mhm.
It really does.
Yep.
Stoneworks.
Yep.
Where, I mean, it's granite.
We do custom countertops. Yep. Granite, natural stones.
Quartz.
Yeah, quartz, quartzites, marbles, things like that. Yep.
How far do you go?
Pretty far. We've been past, I don't know, deep in Kentucky, up north, past, I think most recently we was in Nineveh, Indiana. We've been pretty far. So we like to stay around 2 hours to, 2 hours, 15 minutes. Anything over that, I mean, we'll do it if, it makes sense, but we don't want to go too far away.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
usually refer
It
people.
makes for a long day.
Yeah.
Really does.
We have other companies that we work with, like, close with, that we could refer people to if they're too far away, but
Good.
so, yep.
Pretty neat network out there. Network, it's important. It really
It's very
is.
important.
It is. So
Relationships.
Yeah.
it's what it's all about.
Tell us your story today, Rachel.
Oh, man, there's so much to say, but I'll talk a little bit about my past, but I really want to focus on where I've been in my sobriety. I
Amen.
think that's really important. Well, I've been sober since September the 9th of 2018. It was really rough getting there to that day. So growing up, I grew up in Washington. A lot of my family members were addicts and alcoholics and things like that. So that was kind of normal. Growing up as a teenager, I didn't know that other families weren't really like that. It just was, it was my part of my life, and I don't know, it just kind of was what it was, you know. So we were in church. It's kind of how I met you and your wife.
Yes.
Very long time ago.
Rachel, to be honest with you, I wanted to adopt you.
I always tell everybody that I wanted you guys to be my parents. I've always loved you guys since I was a little kid. You guys were so stable and such an awesome family.
Wow. I remember that.
I do too.
It was
I remember
just
playing and coloring with Eli, Luke, and Ellen. When we were kids in the barn. For Church on the Way. So, yeah, that was quite some
time ago. So we go back a little bit.
A little bit.
And that's okay. That's awesome.
Yep.
I just had to put that out there.
Yeah, that's a highlight for sure. So leading up to my sobriety, really wasn't, I struggled with it. I took pride in, being just who I was, so lost and undone, and it was familiar to me, and I faced a lot of demons and a lot of, pretty deep hurts, and it's kind of who I thought I was for the longest time. I grew up to be a mother who I said I would never be. I did a lot of things that, pushed me into my addiction. Whenever I was, around 14 or 15, I was in a foster home, and they felt like it was best to remove me out of where I was at to it wasn't so much that I was in trouble. It was, I had gotten in trouble, but they didn't want to send me back into the environment that I was in all the time. And so they thought that it would be better for me to go into a foster home, and it was a little different. I kind of got into one that was kind of bad. I knew I needed to get out of there, so I kind of pushed for them to move me, and I ended up in Winslow, Indiana, and I had a foster mom. Her name was Linda, and I still talk to her today. She's pretty awesome. It was just me and her, and she had a big family, and I was able to kind of settle in and work a job, and I was in high school, and it was kind of being a teenager at that time for the first time. So a couple of years into that, I ended up getting pregnant with my oldest daughter, Alicia. And I moved back.
Who looks just like you.
Yeah.
She does.
She does. She's so beautiful. She's awesome. Whenever I had moved back home and everything, I just tried to do what was right and take, put myself in a good situation. And it's hard as a 17, 18-year-old.
You're a young mom.
Yeah. So I got into a marriage, and it was pretty toxic. And I wanted to keep holding on, thinking it was the right thing to do. And it was definitely not at the time. It was pretty bad. So it's really where I got back into my addiction at. I guess I could rewind. I started using whenever I was 13, and I was hanging out with people I should have never been hanging out with. I didn't really have anybody to tell me otherwise, so... but like I said, I kind of got away from all that, and I started using again whenever I was in 19, and it was just kind of what I did for a few years, and the kids suffered from it. And whenever I was in my early 20s, I got pregnant again, and when my daughter was born, she was put up for adoption. She went to a home that was very loving, and they lived in Lagodi. I met them through my cousin. It was something I never thought I would do, but at the time it was the best that I could do, and I thought that it was helping her in the long run to remove her out of that whole situation. Fast forward, still a lot of the same stuff. And then I was pretty deep in my addiction, running and gunning.
Yeah.
I know you knew.
That's what I said. She was the Bonnie. There might not have been a Clyde around. But when I saw her, I just stayed out of her way and let her do her
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. I mean, she was in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just my defense. It was full throttle, anger, hurt, emotional, just trauma all the time. So I can remember at one point, so deep in my addiction, that I was in a house. I would never have a house to live in. I was either staying with people who had no electricity, no running water. That's just what I did. It's not normal whatsoever, but, at the time it didn't matter to me, I guess. But I can remember screaming at the top of my lungs, and I was there alone, and I was saying, if you're real, which I knew that God was real, because I had been to church and things like that, but I had never really experienced him for myself, and I screamed top of my lungs, if you're real, you got to show me, because I can't do this no more. Like screaming, I don't know, maybe there was cameras in this person's house. I don't know. They, you know how people are when they're in drugs, and so I'm screaming like, Jesus, please, something's gotta give. I can't do this no more. I cannot take this no more. But that's not where it ended. It continued on. And I think that at that point, he started talking to me a little bit. I didn't know, but, deep down.
Started listening?
Yeah, something.
Well,
yeah.
I have a listening problem.
Yeah,
also.
absolutely. Yeah.
You were aware of his presence in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I always wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to stop and take my kids and be a better person, and, but I just couldn't. I was, later, once I got sober, I realized that something that affects this entire region so deeply is like the spirit of Jezebel. The lying, the manipulating, all the things, just a lot of things that comes along with addiction, and it just oppresses this nation so bad. There's so many different characteristics that you just, it's just wild. But
he's giving you vision.
Yeah.
For you to speak that. Yeah, that's
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd gotten into some trouble a lot, like with the police. I don't think I was ever out of trouble.
Right.
It just snowballed for years and years. But but eventually it got old, and I was, again, I don't know how many years into my addiction, long time, but I started having seizures. And I was doing pretty hardcore, like meth and pills and things like that. So I started having grandma seizures. And this happened a few different times, and they were really scary, And I knew after the last one I had, I was like, okay, now you're either going to die or you're going to wake up from a seizure and you're going to be having to be taken care of for the rest of your life. And who's going to take care of you? Because you don't have anybody. You've pushed all your family
or
away.
Somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah. And so I knew that I needed to do something. And so that was the summer of 2018, and my sister, she actually worked in Evansville, and she had it set up for me to go to rehab, and I blew that off because I couldn't make it there. I had a car, I had everything in my car, but it took 3 months to get there. So that was done. And I finally reached out to her, and I'm like, listen, I can't do this no more. Like, I said, and I was praying, and I said, all right, Jesus, this is it. I'll go, but if it don't work out, then I'm coming back, and I'm never going to try this again. And I'm not going to talk to my kids anymore. I'm not going to talk to my mother. I'm just done, and I'm just going to die in my addiction. So this is it. This is what you get. And I know that you don't bargain, but I was selling out. It was either this or death, and I knew that. So that's where my journey began on my sobriety. I went to Evansville, and I never looked back. I never talked to nobody. I didn't leave Evansville. I didn't even have a car. I stayed at my sister's house on her couch for 2 weeks, just trying to have enough, energy, I guess, to face somebody. And I went to the House of Bread and Peace in Evansville, Indiana. I think it's a battered women's shelter now, I believe. But I went there, and you could have told me to do anything. And if I thought it was going to keep me sober, I would have did it. It didn't matter what it was.
Right on.
And that's kind of where my journey began. And I didn't want nothing to do with my life at all. I was just completely done.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's.
If you'd have seen her in her mess, you'd never dreamed, because I was like, whoa.
No,
I thought I was going to, I was
I mean,
comfortable. I
yeah.
thought, well, this is just my life,
You were in
know?
your element, you know.
Yep.
we didn't see her, but we knew who she was, and we saw her from time to time. And let me just say this. You know, when you say you were coloring with our kids, drugs, for substance abuse, whatever you want to call it, is the path that you took.
Yeah.
But Rachel, we weren't a perfect family either.
Right.
Because we had issues.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, we had things that we were working through. We had stuff. No, it wasn't substance abuse, but, and you know, if you were a perfect parent, you wouldn't need God.
Right.
You wouldn't need Jesus. Daddy. God is just like an approach. We're trying not to use that word. But daddy, you know, something that's more of a personal.
Seems so
level.
formal when you say God. Like
It does. I mean, it's like he's big, white bearded man like Chris
He just
sitting
wants
on
you
the
to sit on
throne.
his lap and let him
Yeah.
love you.
Right.
I mean, he's your daddy, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
he's,
I've told this story before. I remember actually, we were at a visitation one time, and my dad was sitting in a chair, and I was standing next to him, and he grabbed me by my back of my pants, my trousers,
yeah.
and he set me down on his knee. The world could have ended right there at that moment, because it'd been a lot. I mean, I was a grown adult, had kids, had my wonderful wife. He set me down, and I just felt like butter. I just went down into a shoe, and it was the moment. So you weren't the only one, Rachel. I mean, if there are people who are going through stuff, everybody's going through stuff. It just might not be the same path.
Right.
So don't feel like, oh, I was the only one. Or,
No.
I know you don't think you're the only one, but
She knows.
you know, people say, well, that's down and outers. Well, if there's down and outers, there's some up and outers.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
It doesn't matter where or who you are or
Right.
whatever.
I've seen so many people from, my past that I've came across that are sober and they're doing awesome.
They are.
I mean,
It's-
most people is pretty awesome to
It's
see.
amazing. You're a miracle in my eyes.
Thank you.
Because
yeah.
I never saw it happen. I was
Right.
always worried about you. I was
Right.
always worried about Brandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You should have been worried about her. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
Right. I mean,
we might have to have both those girls
that'd be
on
a
here
great
sometime.
one.
Wouldn't that
The
be?
two of them together. I mean, I'll tell you what.
I'm excited
I
to
would
get
be
Brandy
timid.
back
I would
and
be,
the baby.
I would be very
Yeah.
timid around the two of them together, even now they're sober, because I know what they can offer.
We're a force.
They're a force to be reckoned with. And listen, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm out. They're the bosses when it comes to.
It's pretty awesome. But
It is.
so let's talk about the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the good stuff.
So, when you're in that kind of life, you feel like you're never going to get out of it, right? It's like that's what keeps you there is the shame and the guilt and the feeling like, look what I've done. No one's going to accept me. Nobody loves me. You feel unworthy. You feel unloved. And that's the lie that you buy into every day, And then
Amen.
you fuel it to continue, like you do the substance to feel like, I don't care what anybody says. And then it runs out and you're like, oh, where's everybody at? And then you
Yeah.
feel like, where are all these people? What have I done? So within 6 months of being sober, I got my daughter back. She was 14. And my son at the time, he wasn't there yet. He had gotten in some trouble, so he'd come later. But me and my daughter lived together. She moved in, and she did not want to be with me. And, I understand. And she was just mad, upset. She had so much hurt and hang-ups, which I get that.
Yeah.
I'd sit
She
in front
wanted
of...
to be there.
She did, but she didn't know how to work it all. So I would sit in the front of the door, and she'd sit with her backpack, and I'd be crying, and she'd say, I'm leaving. And I'd say, no, you're not. We're going to do this together. And we did it. And she's 20 years old now, and she'll have her second second child. So,
Grandchild.
yep, we have grandchildren.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
About, let's see, I am with my husband. We got back together. We had been in our addiction together, and we had kind of did this little weaving in and out of each other's lives for quite some time. And she, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not inconspicuous.
Oh, no. So in 20, wait a minute, what is it, 2026? So 2022, we had gotten together, and then by 23, we were married. We have a beautiful life. So to reverse a little bit, sorry about that. I was excited because I looked over at him, and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about my awesome marriage.
We're not in
So,
any kind of order
you
here.
know, things just started happening.
Yeah.
And so remember I had talked about the daughter who had went to a new home. She was put up for adoption. It was an open adoption. I actually got to meet her in
Wow.
2021. My daughter found her. It was her 13th birthday, and my oldest daughter was really curious, and she went snooping around on social media and found her. November, I think it was her birthday is November the 10th. So I had met her right before that, and we had agreed to meet in Evansville, and we're in each other's lives. I get to see her all the time. Just all this stuff has happened that I could never picture would ever happen.
Yeah.
And
That's the goodness of God.
it is, and it's so awesome.
Isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
We have beautiful grandchildren. We actually, between this, we have 7 kids. And our life is just amazing. We just have so much to be thankful for. I'm actually going to participate in my daughter's graduation.
Amen.
Yeah. So she's 17. Oh, she'll be 17, and so it's pretty awesome. There's just so much stuff that the Lord has showed us, and most recently, I've been, we go to church, and we do Bible study and stuff like that, and we kind of was just going through some things recently, and just been spending a lot of time at home with our family and just working through some things, and something that I continue to struggle with is just feeling unworthy. Living your life the way that I lived it, making the choices where you alienate yourself from having relationships, like you were saying, they're so important. You almost feel like you don't belong in relationships, or you're not worthy to have those relationships, or to feel forgiven for what you've done, and to feel like the Lord would love somebody like me,
The beautiful part of that is you had absolutely nothing to do with your forgiveness.
I know. Yes, absolutely.
He did it all.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what we do or don't do that qualifies or disqualifies us.
That's right.
It's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And he, yeah.
He came to give sight to the blind, and that doesn't mean that literally blind, but we were
Right.
both
Absolutely.
blind, me and you,
Yep.
in our addiction.
Deaf and blind.
Deaf and blind, totally. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got a hearing problem and
Yep.
big time attention problem.
Mm-hmm.
But he's giving you vision.
Right.
The way you're talking about it all now, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
It is.
It is.
Restoration, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah,
Not that he rebuilds us, we're brand new.
absolutely. Yeah.
Brand new.
Mhm.
It's just, as far as the east is from the west, it says it's all taken care of. It's not our nature anymore. It wasn't our
Right.
nature to begin with. It's just that we were lost in our own delusion.
Yeah.
It was a lie.
Right. Yep.
Because when God creates us, and by the way, he knew us before the foundation of the world.
Yep.
So we had nothing to do with it. It's like, okay, Rachel, or your name's going to be Rachel, by the way, and I'm going to send you to Earth.
Right.
Now, where do no, it wasn't a conversation like that.
Right.
And, love is a very creative force,
Right.
and we're the result of that.
Amen.
Yeah.
And it's just that we think there's something that I need to do.
Yeah.
And that becomes a works, it becomes a performance issue.
That's, yeah, exactly what I was going to say was you can't make straight A's and be let in. It doesn't work like that.
No.
You know, he doesn't get your report card out and he's like, well, I don't know.
Right.
You got a B minus here and
Right.
maybe an F here, but
He
it
remembers
does not
none of
work
our
like
wrongs,
that.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we have a punitive mindset. We think there's a price I got to pay, or there's, they don't deserve that, or that. No.
It becomes
Right.
religion then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true love. It's unconditional.
Yeah.
It is.
Absolutely.
When you realize that, it opens everything. It's like when I told Steve I can see color again. I
Right.
didn't see color for years.
I believe you. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's all.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Yeah, I do too.
It's like,
I do too.
man, I can see it all now.
Yeah.
I have
Your
this
just eyes
vision.
just like
We were
it's
sitting on a
lifted.
bench.
Yeah.
At the golf course, actually. We were sitting on a bench, and you just turned to me, and you said, there goes a blue car on the bypass.
Yeah.
He said, Steve, I can see color now. And it was just a moment, another moment in time, a aha moment, a rapture moment, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. You wanted your kids back, didn't you?
Yep.
How do you think Daddy feels? He wants his kids back too.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. And when you start looking at it from his perspective, it's like, okay, it doesn't matter what your kid's done, right?
Right. Yep. That's
you,
absolutely
you
correct.
want him back.
Yeah.
You love him. That's the love, and it says, how much more does he love us?
Right.
So there's nothing that can separate you from the love of God. It says nothing can.
Nope.
It doesn't matter the direction you go, what you say, where you've been, this or that or the other. It's just like, no,
Right.
none of that stuff. Because then it becomes what we've done, and it's not based on our works or our performance.
Nope. It becomes
It's-
about us, and it's not about us.
You want your kids, and that's a neat perspective to look from, is you want your kids back, don't you? Well, yeah.
Right.
He
There's a
wants us.
peace in you now that you didn't have, before.
Oh,
Your
incredible.
aurora
Yeah.
around you,
Yeah.
it's just peace.
Right.
Whoops.
It's okay. So,
Rips everything down.
so what about you and Corey? Talk about that a little bit. Beside the golf cart, the
Well,
new golf cart.
What kind did you get?
oh man,
color?
at Easy Go,
Easy Go,
RX
did
something,
There you
RVX or something like
Yeah.
that. It's nice.
What color is it?
White.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, white and black. Yeah, I've always wanted one of those. That's the other thing, so about our marriage, we're not toxic. We don't argue. We don't bicker. We're not in competition with each other. When you look up the fruits of the spirit, like what love is, like that's our life.
Amen.
Like we
There
love
you
each
go.
other. We're not against each other. We give each other room whenever we need room, except for when we're in bed, then I just take all the covers and do whatever else I need to do. But it's really great, and it's not forced, and it's very organic, and it just comes naturally, and that's the best part. We have history together, so we always talk about us being in our addiction. I felt like when we first met, when we both were in our addiction, that almost in a way that God was like, this is who your partner is. And in the midst of all that, you think you're in love with somebody, but you really don't care about them whatsoever. You don't even know what the color of their eyes are, but we loved each other, and I don't know how to explain it, but we were super toxic then because we were both very unhealthy, but I can remember the day that he texted me, like, since we've been together, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, it's done. Like, I don't even know. Like, it was over. Like,
Amen.
he called me. We talked on the
is so
phone.
awesome.
I'm like, hey, do you want to come? You want to hang out? And then I get down there, and we're just, like, talking. It's been hours, and I'm like, so what do you want? Like, what are you doing? All right. Like, what are we doing here? And we've been together ever since, and we were together for a year, and we wanted to be married. We didn't want to live in sin. We wanted to do what was right. We wanted our marriage to be blessed. We wanted our life to be blessed, and we knew that entering in something that was created out of sin wasn't probably the best thing for us, and that's just not where we were. So we got married in our backyard after we bought a house. We, we're not perfect, but to us, we have a great life. Our kids can see the love that we share together, and they will compare it to what situations they're in, which is the best part. Our sons will come to us and be like, well, why can't she act like her, or why can't we act like you guys? You guys don't ever fight. And, we have to sit them down and just give them the talk. And, when our kids are being teenagers or being butt heads, when the door's open, we give them the advice that we can. And when the door's shut, we just let them talk,
You've got to if we had all 6 of our kids in bed with us one night. And
that would be awesome.
Yeah, it was. Virginia, the first thing she'd say is, well, you fell asleep. And I probably did.
That would be me. I was falling asleep.
Story of your life, Virginia.
If your kids come home, you got to let them talk. And even if you don't have an aunt, you just listen to them.
Yep.
And I mean, some late or early morning hours, I should say. And just, you got to let them do that.
Yep, they need
because
a vet.
That's where they find security.
Yep.
Our kids knew, and they, at least the first 3 of them said, when we turned in the lane, we knew we were safe.
Amen.
That's awesome. Yep.
And it wasn't, we weren't the Brady Bunch. I tell you that. I mean, they're all our kids.
Your story is such an awesome story of redemption.
Yeah.
You and Brandy's both. What a great movie that would be. I mean,
how the desire to have your children back, and that's
the things that God can do, and the way you express yourself now. You expressed yourself with anger before in your addiction a lot.
They say anger is the easiest feeling to express. Right. I couldn't be weak, because I was really weak.
And now there's just a peace about you, and the way you express yourself is so awesome.
I tried.
So grateful.
Thank you. I tried once before to kind of write stuff out on paper, and that never works out. Just be organic with it. And my husband, he did his testimony. It was awesome, and it was just so great. And I'm like, I wish I could do that, but I get a little choked up in my words. But I just really have a desire to share with women, especially women with adoption stories and women losing their kids and things like that. And I didn't ever lose my kids technically to CPS or anything like that, but it was worse to me, because it was my own doing, and I chose to let that go. So selfishly, and to have it all back and to have the story with my youngest is pretty awesome. And so, I hope that I can open up more. This is actually only the second time since I've tried to give my story. The first time it was absolutely horrible and it was traumatizing. So I never wanted to do it again. But I know that, like you said, it's a lot, and people can be like, wow, look at everything. And to me, it's just I'm so grateful and thankful just to be here and to have the people I do around me, and my kids and my grandkids. We have awesome grandkids.
If you're grateful and you're thankful, that's...
Yeah. I learned that my testimony, I spoke at the House of Hope in Brazil not long ago, and I've been through where but I just wanted to get to the goodness of God. So I just stepped up and I said, okay, here's my testimony. Right. I didn't sleep for 30 years. You fill in the blanks. Okay?
Yes, we all know.
Use your imagination. Yeah. and then I got to the goodness of God.
Yeah, that's the best part. Yeah.
But God.
Yeah.
But God.
When you see things start unfolding before your eyes that you've prayed for, and you're like, what? Come on. Only the greatest of all could ever have known that. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's no other way that it's not even stuff that you've ever spoke out loud. Yeah. And then those little, the healing that comes from it, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? The healing.
Yeah.
That's the good part, man.
Yeah. And then whenever you get so far into it and you look back and you're like, wow, that didn't take long at all. Like, how did I get here so quick, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel so great,
Right.
you know? So that's the best part. Yeah.
Yes. We're to be outside of time.
Yeah.
We're too controlled by time.
Oh yeah, you know me. I
We
don't
really
like it.
are.
I don't like it at
Appointments.
all.
Got to be there. We're
Yeah.
late. You know, it's just like. Anyway, that's another topic in itself. Some point, sometime.
Light time, dark time, 2 times.
Yeah.
In between, whatever.
What else? Anything?
I mean, I could sit here and go on all day long about Jesus and what he's done for my life, but we don't have that time, so I
I'm
think
proud
we're
of
good.
you. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's a great story of redemption. When you're brought back
Yeah.
when you're picked up out of the miry clay,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you're standing back up on firm ground, and then you turn into this.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing story.
Yeah. Just the health alone, you know, after going through all that stuff. I recently went to the doctor and got some blood work done. And they're like, oh, well, just vitamin D deficiency. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I mean, maybe you got him switched.
That's favorite.
Yeah, that's it.
favorite, yeah.
Like, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
That's cool. Somebody asked me last week, they said, you do a podcast? I said, yeah, we do a podcast. He said, what's the name of it? And I said, One Bounce Swish. And just kind of looked at me like, what? And so I real quickly told him, it's actually, the title is about redemption.
Okay.
Real quick, when I was with the IU basketball program, I went to half court with a ball over at the scores table, threw it in the air. It would bounce once and go in, the goal. Now, it might have taken me 100 times, or it might have taken me 3 or 4 times. But you stay in the game until you hit the shot.
Right.
And that's what you did, Rachel. You
Yep.
stayed in the game. And Chris would call me, or we would talk randomly, just
Right.
ever so often through the years before we were back together in an active relationship. And he said, those times can't imagine what they did for me, you know.
Right.
So he was calling me One Bounce Swish and stuff. And we were trying to come up with a name for the podcast. And we
You had
wanted
it all
something-
along.
All
and
the names were taken. He
They
took it up
were.
and they were gone. You know, and I was driving a concrete truck, and I call him up and I'm like, "Hey, how about One Bounce Swish?" He looked it up.
it wasn't taken.
It wasn't taken.
No.
Nobody had it.
So anyway, you just got to stay in the game until you hit the shot.
Don't
And
give
that's
up.
life.
Yeah, that's true.
That's daily. You know, things come to challenge us. We have decisions to make. You know, things aren't working out. You just stay in the game. That's what Signetti said last night. Takes a little bit of effort to get to where we're at.
And he would know.
You know?
Look where he's got us.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else you want? I know there's a lot on your heart. We could sit and talk here, and we can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this.
So, for time purposes, I just want to let everybody know that IU won the national championship yesterday. You'll be
Last
seeing
night,
this
yeah.
later in time.
Yeah.
So, not many of us went to work today.
Yeah.
I did.
Classes were canceled yesterday on the
I was there.
IU campus.
No classes.
Nobody was going to be there anyway. I don't know if they were
No,
coming.
Kirkwood was a mess.
Oh yeah. it's-
Nick's and all of them down there. I mean, they had people on the roof, and I was glad I was home.
Corey, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Corey, we're looking forward to you.
Yeah,
He's good at it.
You
He's
know-
great. He's so awesome.
yeah.
He's a handsome lad too, isn't
He
he?
is.
I don't want to say anything because it's part of his story, but I'm thankful that Corey Burton is in our life.
Amen.
Me too.
I am.
It's crazy because he talked about her, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, they're my people.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, we kind of was doing this in and out of each other's lives.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah. No. It
I'm like, that's my parents. I don't
It-
care what anybody says.
uh,
It's my mom and dad.
wow. I don't want to take anything away from his story.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hopefully I didn't do too bad.
No, you did not. You did a wonderful
I've
job.
looked forward to this
Yeah.
for a while. We need to get you once you and Brandy both on at the same time, just to do a little talking. But when she has this baby, it's on.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've already told my boss.
I really don't think.
there.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure. Yeah.
I've yet to meet Eric,
Really?
Brandy's husband. I keep hearing about him.
Mm-hmm.
Pop talks about him, and I hear
He's
Brandy
He's something
talk
else.
about him. You know, I see him in social media. Eric, this, but I've never shook his hand.
The notorious
So.
Eric. I won't say his last name. I'll let somebody else say it, but I don't know if that's allowed.
But anyway, okay. Want to thank our sponsors again, Domino's Pizza on East National Highway.
Because as you can't tell, Chris is eating well.
That's the little
They need to
motto.
put that on a shirt next.
Yeah.
The big pizza.
Good. Along with the free pizza, right?
Yeah.
Putters Bay Miniature Golf Course.
Well, it's actually the
and
only place you haven't given me a chance to say it yet. That
What's
you don't
that?
have to hit it straight.
You don't have to hit it straight there. I
No,
told
it's the
somebody
only
that.
place you don't have to hit it straight.
And Media Pro Productions.
They keep us going.
Yeah.
They keep us in line.
Thankful for our daughter there and son-in-law. They do great work. They're
You know, I was 3 strokes up on the owner going into 17 at Putters Bay, and I lost. And I can't get rid of it. There's some certain things in your mind that you can get rid of. I can't get rid of it because how did I do that? I mean, I thought I got him finally. I got him.
it's the only place you don't have to hit it straight.
Right.
Oh, okay. Chris, thanks for being here.
Good to be back.
Rachel, Corey, we love you guys. Thank you for taking time. You're busy. You got a lot going on, but you took time to do this. Don't
We
forget.
truly appreciate it.
Don't forget
Thanks.
that this write's underwater
Right.
and a lot of other things as well. So
He's amazing. He's amazing. You couldn't ask for a better co-host.
we need to break out the dad joke segment and just see what our audience does at that.
You
see
didn't
what
do it today, and I expected it.
Okay. We love you guys. Thank you very much.